All right, so here we are able to retrieve the individual quiz or all the quizzes. One of the use cases that we had implemented when we were in the previous assignment was that in one of the services in the questions, right? If we go to the question service, right, we have not only do we have all the questions, retrieve all the questions and whatnot, but we were able to also retrieve a particular question or a question for quizzes. Right, so let's focus on this particular one, right? Let's see. Let's implement some of these endpoints, right? So find question by ID, right? The implementation would be that typically we would use the quiz DAO to implement that, right? So if we go to the quiz DAO, we'll see that I don't believe we have implemented any of these two, right? So let's implement this simple one: find question by ID. That should be easy. So the implementation would be something like find question by ID, where we provide the question ID, and then we can do just the we use the low-level question model, right, to find by ID, and we pass in the QID, right, and then we just are going to expose this, right. If we go back, now we can rewrite the service in terms of this new implementation, right? Meaning we're not going to use the array anymore. So the implementation now would be to use the question DAO and do the question by ID and pass in the question ID right here. Now, this implementation used to be synchronous, right, using this array, find, and whatnot. So that means that because we have modified this to be asynchronous, we have to go now update and refactor any use of this endpoint, right? So if we go to the question controller, we'll see that we were using this find question by ID right here, right, which was using the synchronous version here, right? So let's rewrite this, right? We're going to move this from here, right? We're going to move it up, and this is going to return a promise which we can register for. So this is the question. And we can then pass the question as a response from the server, and like that, right? So if we go back and restart the server, we can certainly retrieve all the questions, right? These are all the questions, and then you can retrieve an individual question. There we go. So it is working, and we have tested that the communication goes well from the browser down to the service, down to the DAO, and down to the database.